There's some times and some things that have happened that people have been around and been like, okay, clearly something is like, because how these numbers and everything will just start lining up and it'll just be weird. And that's the most maybe that you can catch a hint of what's going on. It's not extrovert. You see, like the energy itself is not an extrovert. That's why it ended up attaining the level that it was able to obtain. So there's going to be little for man to see externally about its actual presence, that it is around. It tries to keep a low profile as possible. It's cloaked. It has no interest. Like that's even when I first came through, it was like, look, man, do not look in anybody's eyes. You have no interests. Because once you look into their eyes, then you can see everything they hold to be to the highest. You only see that's what you see first. Which is interesting because that's like on the outer, that's the first thing, that's what a person's soul consists of, basically, is what they treasure the most. And you'd be surprised if you just see some cabinets and some, like I saw an armor all and some pictures and just something that you would be like, but then you see the sentiment, the family pictures, the kids. So this is all like a person's life could be summed up at times. But then, of course, there's others that you look in and there's something totally different going on. And this was another part of the process was, so my whole thing was, since I had all these cars and everything, that everybody really saw me in this high level. They, you know, all the time. So this next level consisted of me walking a lot. I still had them Ferragamos on, though. But I was walking, like when I first got hit with this wave, like all the cars were gone, and then I was just walking late at night, like 2 in the morning, just walking through the whole city, and it would be just showing me all of these different things, like signs and symbols that you normally can't see. People doing things at 2, 3 in the morning on the side, some places, you know, and knowing that they're doing certain kind of rituals and things, and being stopped off someone walking, told to look down, and then look down, see a pentagram drawn right there, and then made to understand, don't walk over certain things, like, because that's how people siphon energy. They just, it was in a park, and it was like where everybody comes out of the park at, and it was still dirt. And when it said stop, because I was like so in tune to stop, it said look down. I looked down, and there's a pentagram there that says, so okay, so this is how this works. Every time a person steps over this, it takes a little bit of energy, not something that they can really feel, but enough. And that's the ritual that's been done here. So you want to avoid these kind of things and always be mindful of these kind of things. Doorsteps, like you watch, stop, look up. What do you see right there on the top? You see that on top of the doorstep? What do you think that means? Just lock that in your mind. Now look on the left, look on the right. There's 2 other things right there, right? That's a seal. So when you walk in here, you're no longer in your own complete power, because the door is binded. So if you've been invited into this, then you go. But if you haven't been invited, like a courthouse, they give you an invitation to go. It is a vessel docked on land, a Masonic vessel docked on land. When you come in, from the time you get there, granted they build every single courthouse with, as we know, every single courthouse and post office is all the granite from Stone Mountain, which apparently they say that same vein runs into Kemet.